The original video is linked in the description down below. Enjoy.
Alright then, so today we're looking at black and white audits. And in this video is at a police station and he basically tells them exactly what he's doing. So let's get into it and see what the police's reaction is to it.
Oh, here we go. There's an interaction. Hello guys, how you doing today? I'm recording.
What are you recording and why?
The premises of the police station.
For what purpose?
Because of the history of what's happened to photographers around police stations.
Okay.
It's quite a big phenomenon on YouTube. It's called auditing.
Okay.
So what we do is we go around and we make sure that there's an agreement between, the police or the security or whatever it is, whatever premise it is, and make sure there's an agreement in, public photography is not a crime.
No, it's
So at this point it should have been over. These officers, if they've read the memo, would know that what he's doing is auditing, as he has just said, and it is for YouTube. So really that should have been the end of this interaction. But as you know, it's officers, they're not going to let it go. So let's see how far it actually goes.
not at all. Obviously, with the circumstances and security and things like that.
What circumstances is that?
etc.
Terrorism.
Yeah, potentially, you never know if anybody is. What's your name?
Are you requiring it?
No, I'm not requiring it. I'm just asking. Yes.
No, I'm not going to give that today. It is a civil rights activism movement, so it is part of what I'm doing here today with standard response would be
Do
to
you
not.
understand why it's suspicious for somebody to be walking
No.
around a police building
No.
filming?
I get that you come to me. I get that you come to me with concerns, but I'm actually coming to you with my prior existing concerns,
What is your concern?
which spans over the last 20 years of how photographers in public and police stations and other security areas have been treated.
Okay, and what is your perception of that? What's your issue with that?
Well, my issue is the past experiences people have had.
Okay, well, what experience have you had? What's your issue?
Well, I'm just joining the movement.
What is the movement?
Pinac. Photography is not a crime.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it? It's quite a large movement on YouTube.
Okay, but why have you chosen to come to Kitty Brewster here today?
Well, I've been to Marshall College. I've been to all the shopping centres, the train station. I've been all over today.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you going to go now?
The next police station.
So so black and white audits has just told them basically everything they needed to know in the first 30 seconds of this interaction. There shouldn't been any further interactions. At this point, he should have just stayed quiet. If it's for the movement, just stayed quiet and not done anything. Let the coppers be all puzzled and do whatever they needed to.
Okay, why specifically police stations?
Because, well, it's not specific. I just told you I've been all around town, but
Okay,
but now that we're past the shops close time, I'm going to places that operate outside of shops close time. And police stations are the main thing that auditing, photography auditing, pertains to.
who are you governed by? If it's
Sorry?
who's auditing?
Well, no,
Who's governed by?
because-
Is it just self-governed?
I get that you're used to the term audit as being like internal, financial, blah blah
Is
blah.
this just a personal audit? You're doesn't
No,
nothing
no.
other than other, any kind of
If
legislation
you let me
that
answer the
governs-
question, stop speaking.
Okay, don't tell me to stop speaking. Okay, you're obviously here walking around.
And if you're asking me questions, how do I actually answer
Okay,
them?
But I'm just saying, don't tell me to stop speaking. Okay?
Yeah, I know, but I need to. If I want to answer your question.
So this officer's attitude straight away, I would have just walked away after that. She asks you questions but doesn't allow you to answer the questions but continues to ask you questions. How does that work? I would have just walked away and left them to it.
Question, you know what I mean? You keep
Okay,
cut me off.
Okay, you just keep saying
You're
auditing.
cutting me off. Okay, I'm trying to speak. Jesus Christ. Your interpersonal skills are pretty terrible. Right, okay, so it's called an audit because it pertains to public photography, so therefore any member of the public can audit this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I just don't get your purpose. But, yeah.
I mean,
understand
if you checked it up on YouTube, you would see that there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours in the UK alone of this, and over the last 3-4 years it's completely changed. At least in England and Wales, it's completely changed how police and security interact with the public, especially when it comes to just holding a camera and walking about. Because between say 2008 2016 there were pretty bad responses. I mean, as far as I'm aware, there's a guy from, I'm not sure if it was Aberdeen or Dundee, but he's got bail conditions still pertaining. He had his £15,000 camera seized. He just got that back, but his bail conditions still apply, and it's like no charge bail. I mean, I'd be out breaking that myself.
So he is correct. Auditing did change the way the police interact with members of the public. If they've read the internal memo. Yes, there was an internal memo all about auditing and how to interact with auditors. Clearly, these officers have never read that internal memo, and maybe they should go back and read the internal memo.
Pre-charge bail bullshit, isn't it?
In your opinion.
Yeah.
For us, though, it is suspicious for somebody to be walking around a police station.
It's not suspicious when they give you a full explanation.
Okay, it's still suspicious in my opinion.
Well,
Okay.
that's because you're a police officer. You see everything as a nail.
In your opinion, that's not correct. That's your perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion. I mean, I'm aware of this whole movement that you seem to not be that aware of, so...
Aware of the movement, but there's many movements that people form
Pinac.
online and things like that. It's not... Yeah. It's a movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
A civil rights movement based on the right to record in public. It's a really basic, fundamental right.
So it is a bit confusing that she doesn't seem to be aware of auditing, considering there has been an internal memo, and not once, but twice, about auditing.
It's like it goes down to independent citizen journalism, you know, or even just my right to express myself and how taxpayers' money is used, and you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I did have an interaction with some police officers down at the train station today. They're very friendly. It was actually the security guard at Union Square that was kicking off, and they were quick to assert my right to record.
Okay, so you don't want to tell me who you are?
No.
No, okay. There you go.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, obviously, with discussion stuff like that, you've got a right and all the rest of it, I have no issues. The only thing that I would request is obviously the officer's personal vehicles and things like that here. I would request that you don't...
I'm not going to be here for a long time. I just came here for an interaction. This is me touching...
Are you from Aberdeen?
I'm from the local area, but not Aberdeen.
Shire?
Yeah.
Okay. The real...
So again, there was no need to take the photo. He's probably going to run that through his database, see if this person's photo is on the database. Hopefully he is not. And the fact that he said, please don't take videos of officers' personal cars coming in and out. There's no expectation of privacy. Hence why the number plate's on the outside of the car, not on the inside of the car where you can't see it.
The issue that people will have is if you're recording officers' personal vehicle things like that.
It's still, well, because like vehicles, the number plates exist because you don't have personal details on them.
Well,
There are certain, you have to, a AAA form would have to be filled to get details.
yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is if that was on public display, like on YouTube or something like that, and somebody's plate was on there and somebody went, oh, they're a cop and wanted to attack them or something like that, I wouldn't be very good with it.
It's so unlikely, it's not even worth mentioning.
Well, these things happen. That's
they
all I
don't
can say to
actually.
you.
What's the statistics on it in the UK?
Oh, I don't know, I'm not a statistician.
Okay.
But there you
Have a good day, guys.
go. You too.
It was a pass, by the way.
Well done.
Yeah. Just for the women. Anyway, Kitty Brewster, pass-ish.
So that's the end of that interaction. I'm pretty sure the statistics show that you are more likely to be killed after an interaction with a police officer than an officer is likely to be killed by a member of the public. That's the statistics. If I can find statistics, I will put it in the link in the description. But let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and check out the other videos on the channel. I'll catch you on the next one.